people don't like being erased and having their cultures destroyed by foreign invaders, no matter where they are. Turns out that it's totally and completely immoral. It's what happens to a broken and completely humiliated and demoralized society. And Europe is trying to buck the trend that they started, the globalist trend of swamping your nation with infinity foreigners by electing right-wing parties that are going to be deporting. This is the main political energy throughout the continent of Europe right now. In 11 different countries, the right-wing pro-deportation anti-Islamist party leading in the polls in places, of course, that you would expect, like Poland, but also in the United Kingdom and in France and in Great Britain and in Germany. All of these things are a result of this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what replacement looks like. There shouldn't really be Muslims in Europe because Europe isn't Muslim. Europe is traditionally Christian. But here you can see in some states, over or close to 10% of the population now Muslim. Check in a couple of years or decades, and Europe will be lost forever. It will be Islamic. That's the way these things go. Islam is not really a religion. It's a conquering political philosophy more than anything. And you're seeing here in France, Germany, UK, Sweden, Bulgaria, nearly 10% of the nations are Islamic. And of course, that leads to crime. That leads to horrible breakdowns in the cultures themselves. It leads to total erasure of the culture, filth, disease, and terrorism. And this is the way that you have to deal with that. Here's the border of Poland showing Muslim invaders sawing through their metal fence and trying to bring a ladder through so that they can bring more Muslim invaders in to parasitically live off of the welfare states of Europe. And this is, of course, what you must do. This is how you must treat the foreign invader. My Poland is a Poland without illegal migrants. Poland is where instead of integration centers, there are deportation centers for those who want to destroy our safety. And now it looks like, finally, the people of France have woken up. France, again, nearly 10% Islamic. It looks like the reversal may well be here. Of course, it is upon the nation of France that the Muslim invaders were first turned back thousands of years ago from conquering Europe. Breaking news, the results of local election in France already in, and the RN party in blue, the right-wing patriots, swept away the left-wing candidates in red. Everything points to the left being destroyed. Look at this. So this spells doom, of course, for Macron's party, libs and left-wingers. Europe is rising. Marine Le Pen's RN party smashes all-time polling record. Obviously, there are very, very positive signs all throughout the land of France. The RN party just won over 40 French cities in local elections, including in Nice, having absolutely crushed the left-wing alliance. It's completely unprecedented, an absolute revolution. 40 cities, an unbelievable 70 cities in France's local elections. A national revolution is occurring. Marine Le Pen, the head, sort of the figurehead of French culture, France First movement, if you can call it that, and everywhere that she goes, she is swarmed. She is an absolute and total legend. Ladies and gentlemen, election across Europe shows continued political shift to the right. Marine Le Pen's RN party makes massive gains ahead of 2027 presidential election, including winning mayoral race in Nice. Germany's AfD doubled the results of the state elections, securing the best finish ever, driven by young voters. Slovenia, former prime minister and his populist Slovenian Democrat Party is tied with the incumbent left-wing party. You can see here the celebrations in Nice. As other right-wing candidates scored big victories across France. Big rallies here in Nice. Huge victory for the right in France. Thousands flooding the streets, celebrating Eric Cotte's massive surge and conservative victory in Nice, a very big city. Common sense is winning. He ran on stopping criminal migrants in Nice. The south of France, of course, where the vast majority of criminal migrants land, went hardcore right-wing. This is how it works. Is it too late? I don't know. A week in polls show right-wing parties in Europe. France is number one. AfD is number one in Germany. Brothers of Italy is number one in Italy. FPO is number one in Austria. Reform UK is number one in the UK. And in Hungary, of course, the Western world is embracing common sense politics and not suicide, because that's what you do when you turn over your nation to foreigners and Islamists and people that have zero in common with your traditions or society. That's what you do. The right-wing anti-Islamic migration People's Party of Denmark just more than tripled its vote share after tonight's election. All of Europe is waking up. Closing Denmark's borders, limiting asylum, and deporting refugees. This is what happened in the Denmark right-wing People's Party, tripling their share of the vote. Huge win. In Denmark, voters are fed up. The far-right Danish People's Party have quadrupled their share of the general election. Congratulations from Viktor Orban right here, and of Geert Wilders. The far-right Danish People's Party, look at this. Well done. It's not just, of course, in Denmark. The party campaigning on remigration was the biggest winner in Denmark. This is Bernie Sanders' favorite country. They're running on a remigration platform. And the prime minister of Denmark has resigned now in humiliation. This is the way it goes. The Danish People's Party tripling its support and gaining 11 seats on remigration. Whew. Netherlands. Wow. Australia, too. The West is resurging. Germany just went red-pilled. The right-wing AfD party surged massively in state elections, staggering 11-point gain. Germany is done with open borders, skyrocketing crime, no-go zones, and politicians who put migrants first. Mega.
Von Frau Weidel, wenn ich das so sagen. Das ist der 18 Uhr Jubel den Spitzenkandidaten.
There we go. They're celebrating. AfD surging in the polls. AfD's leader says, her name's Alice Wendell, says leaders are forcing Germany to carry the cost of illegal migration while public safety gets worse. She claims people are being made to feed and house arrivals as crime and extremism grow.
Diabolically dangerous. They flood our countries with illegal mass migration. They force our own people to feed, house, and privilege these masses, while crime explodes, terrorism stalks our streets, and Islamic extremism takes root. And in doing so, they steal the very soul of our European nations.
They're stealing the soul of our European nations. That's why young people, the most popular party among young people, 18 to 24-year-olds in Germany right now, is AfD. The youth are waking up. They know they can't get a job or afford a house. The criminal alien migrant who doesn't share your traditions, value systems, who would stab you on the street for a bag of chips, is not your friend. And your politicians are not your friend. That's why in England, Rupert Lowe, the highest net favorability of all politicians, and his competition is not doing great. In England, you can see Keir Starmer has a 70% unfavorable, 22% favorable. Labour is in complete collapse, and this is one of the all-time most powerful and most viewed political ads in the world. 41 million views. The Restore Britain National Political Party is on the rise. A beautiful ad here. By the way, just a farmer wandering around his farm saying, we need remigration. We need to say you people are not part of our culture. You're not part of our civilization, and this is a failed experiment. I think that's what's coming next, frankly, for Europe. Is it too late? I'm not sure. I don't know. But we're going to cover the good news here on this channel. Keep following and subscribing. It's Boy Benny. See ya.